Today we're going to be doing some soil dissecting, which is why I have my lab coat on. I'm going to be a soil scientist. And just like scientists in the real world, we're going to do some dissecting, which just means we're going to pull stuff apart and learn about it. It's going to be lots of fun, and we're going to go outside right now and collect some soil. So we're going to take our soil and put it on our soil dissection placemats here. Okay. So now that we have our soil sample, we're going to go ahead and start dissecting it. And the first thing that we're going to do is separate the materials from organic and inorganic. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to take some of these organic pieces up here, like the sticks and stuff, and take the inorganic pieces and put it down here at the bottom. Oh, that's organic. So probably right now you're wondering, Cameron, what is organic and inorganic pieces? Well, I'll explain. Inorganic means all non-living materials. These include rocks, water, and air. While it may be difficult to see water and air in our soil dissection, it's easy to see the broken down rocks and particles and little specks that we can even feel with our hands. And those are examples of inorganic or non-living materials in our soil. Now that we know what inorganic means, let's look at some of the inorganic pieces of the soil, which is going to be this bottom part right down here. So if we look or even feel with our hands, we can see that there's tiny little rocks in here, and we can even feel it. How does that feel? It feels smooth, or sometimes it feels a little bit grainy depending on the particles. Those are little tiny pieces of rock that started off as big rocks at one point in time and have since been broken down by the weather and the rain and the wind into these little particles that we see here. The inorganic pieces of soil provide structure for the soil. It helps it. It's kind of like how in a human body we have bones. If we didn't have our bones, we would kind of be floppy and saggy. We wouldn't be upright and straight and all connected. That's what the inorganic, or the rocks and the air and the water, does for the soil. It keeps everything together and it keeps it sturdy. Organic materials are living materials, or ones that were once alive. These can include plants that are in the soil, or even dead plants like bark or dead leaves. Even insects or bugs like butterflies, worms, spiders, and even bacteria, which are really, really, really small cells that are too difficult to see with the human eye. But they're there and they make the soil living. Now let's check out the organic pieces of our soil. This top layer right up here. So in my soil, we can see I had some things like a piece of bark, which comes from trees, which are living. I even have some roots in here from a dead plant that got put into the soil, which was living at one point in time. And I even have some other smaller pieces of rocks. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any insects or spiders or worms today, but those would also function into the organic portion of our soil. Organic matter provides nutrients and life to the soil. Just like the heart in your chest that beats and it sends nutrients all over, sends blood all over, gives you life, organic matter does the same thing for the soil. So now that we're all done dissecting our soil, it's your turn to go out and collect your own soil sample and do some dissecting and pull it apart and follow the worksheet of soil dissection. You're first going to have your soil dissection placemat, make sure everything is clean. You might even want to do this activity outside so you don't trail in some dirt and have mom and dad get a little annoyed. And follow the questions on the worksheet and make sure that you really feel the soil, how it feels in your fingertips, and describe it and draw it accurately. We hope you've enjoyed this lesson about soil dissection and what inorganic and organic parts of the soil really mean. Check us out again for further lessons on agriculture in the classroom.